Annyeonghaseyo. Welcome to Namu K-Waves. For a moment, everything about Gong Yu stopped making sense. People thought they knew him. Some fans were even defending him until this story changed everything. Suddenly, new details started appearing, a different side of him, a life no one knew about. And the more people talked about it, the more awkward it started to feel. Imagine this. You wake up early in the morning. You are still half asleep. You pick up your phone. You open social media, and the first thing you see is a headline that does not feel real, but it is everywhere. Not on one page, not on two, everywhere. Gong Yu has quit acting for his secret wife and his son. Now wait, do not scroll, do not skip, because this is where everything starts. At first, it does not hit you. You think, this must be a joke. But then you see it again, and again, and again. Different pages, same story, same wording, same emotion. And suddenly, it does not feel like a joke anymore. It feels like breaking news. The man at the center of this, Gong Yu, not just any actor, a man who built his name on silence, on discipline, on staying away from everything that destroys other celebrities. No public relationships, no daily drama, no constant attention, just work and disappear. Which is why this story hit different. Because think about it, if there is anyone who could live a double life and no one would know, it would be him. A quiet wife, a child hidden from the world, a private life behind the camera. It sounds like a movie, but with him, it sounds possible. And then people found the source, a blog post. But here's the problem. The way it was written, it did not sound like a rumor. It sounded like the truth. I am stepping away from acting. It is no longer favorable for my life. I want to focus on my wife and my son. Read that again slowly. It does not sound like clickbait. It sounds like a man who is done. And this is where people lost control. Not logically, emotionally, because that statement triggered something. The idea that someone at the top would walk away not because they failed, but because they chose something real. Love, family, peace. Comments started pouring in, and they were not negative, they were emotional. He deserves happiness. He has given us enough. Let him live his life. Some people were crying, yes, crying over a decision that was never confirmed. And then the story grew. This is how viral stories work. They start small, and then people add to them. Suddenly, it was not just a wife, it was a secret wedding. It was not just a child, it was a son, with details, age, timeline, speculations, none of them verified. This is where it gets deep. People were not asking, is this true? They were asking, does this feel true? And that's a very dangerous question, because feelings do not require proof. Stop right here. I want you to think. If you saw this story, in that moment, would you have believed it or would you have questioned it? Do not lie. Type your answer, yes or no. Because while most people were emotional, a few people, just a few, were quiet. And when people get quiet, they're thinking. They started asking simple questions. Where is his agency? Where is the official statement? Why is no major Korean news reporting this? Questions that should have been asked from the very beginning, but were ignored. And then they started digging, not sharing, not reacting, digging, clicking sources, tracing links, going back step by step. And what they found was strange. Every road led back to one place, one blog, no confirmation, no second source, no evidence, just one story. And then someone saw it. A small detail, so small most people missed it. The date, April 1st. It was an April Fool's prank. Everything, the retirement, the wife, the son, was never real. And just like that, the internet changed. The same people who were supporting him were now confused. Some laughed, some felt embarrassed, some were angry because they realized they didn't just believe a story, they felt it. But here's the real truth. This was not just a prank. This was a lesson. A lesson in how fast people believe, how fast emotions take over, how fast logic disappears. Because this is not the first time, and it will not be the last. Celebrities have been married, having children, quitting careers, all without proof, and people still believe. Why? Because the story fits the person. Now be honest, what made you believe it? Was it the words, or was it him? Comment below. Today it was Gong Yu. Tomorrow it could be another actor, another story, another viral post, another emotional reaction. And maybe next time you won't even realize you're being pulled into it until it's too late. So next time you see a story that feels too real, too perfect, too emotional, stop and ask yourself one question. Is it true, or do I just want it to be? Thanks for watching Namu K-Waves. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe. Save this video and share as much as possible so that people would know that the news is a lie and stop believing rumors.